have an annoying real friend who won't shut up about how great their imaginary friend is? Or have you ever went shopping downtown only to hear some asshole on a soapbox yelling about how his sky daddy, I mean Heavenly Father, hates that cotton polyester blend shirt you picked up from Banana Republic? Or how about when you attend a conference on theological morality and the speaker explains that it's a category error to accuse God of murder by erasing the whole category of human murder?
Can God murder anyone? And the answer is no. Look, if Christianity's true, then when people die, they don't really die. They just change location. And it's up to God when that happens. God can take us out at 82 or 2. If God exists, he kills all of us at some point.
It kind of makes me wonder how these folks know so much about this being who is claimed to exist outside of existence, while being confined within time and space themselves. Now that I mention it, what evidence does anyone have that a God exists at all? Specifically, the claim of a monotheistic creator God that exerts authority over all existence. So I turned to the smartest people on the planet. Internet atheists. And the consensus was universal. There is absolutely zero evidence for God. So I went henceforth to the comment sections of many Christian channels to mock and debate these infantile theists like any proper new atheist would, only to find that they had a plethora of physical and metaphysical evidence for their specific gods, ranging from animals to trees to consciousness. It was frustrating, to say the least. This group says there's no evidence, and on the other hand, this group says that there's plenty of sufficient evidence. Suffice to say, I felt like I was spinning my wheels. Believe it or not, this little atheist does have a desire deep in his cold, broken heart for unity amongst people when it comes to the objective nature of our shared reality. So I figured I just need to come up with the right question to ask.
Excuse me, I believe I asked you to put a chick in the linguine and make her fucking gay! And I want it lame!
Taking inspiration from the philosopher Karl Popper, I believe I've found the question that will shut the mouths of all theists that claim there is evidence for their God. Dear Mr. Theist, is there anything in existence, whether physical or metaphysical, that you would not consider to be evidence for your God? Now, please understand, when I say shut the mouths of all theists, I mean that in the most hyperbolic, allegorical, and metaphorical sense. In my experience, if one doesn't immediately withdraw from the conversation at that point, you are in for one of the most convoluted gish gallops of red herring, strawmen, and cognitive dissonance that you've ever heard in your life.
You know, I can't help but notice you seem a little at war with yourself here.
This all depends on how well they grasp the principle of falsifiability. Because if everything in existence is evidence for their God, then it is true what the atheist says. They have no evidence at all. Which makes it 100% a faith claim whether they are Christian, Muslim, Hindu, Mormon, or whatever. While falsifiability isn't always required, this is only the case when verifiability is not achievable, and when theists claim ugly and beauty, angels and demons, and deception and truth all as evidence for their God, it seems that you'd actually be more likely to have an apologist admit that they don't know something than to achieve those conditions for verifiability.
And you believe in science.
I do. Yeah, that's
So
true.
you believe like two of each animal born at this this massive boat and were saved from all the flooding.
Yeah, I believe it's literally true. That's
a
correct.
worldwide. Yeah.
Can you tell me what's unscientific about it?
Let me give you an example, right? What did
Yeah.
these animals eat when they got off the boat? What did the carnivores eat?
Well, I assume that God would have, miracled up their food, right?
Right.